Hey guys, V here with the next video in my video series for Escape Academy, and this one of course is going to be for Where There's Smoke. This video will show you all of the puzzle solutions as well as get you that A+ rating. There are no miscellaneous trophies in this one, so we just have to worry about picking up the Escapists Times issue and then just completing the level as is. So let's go ahead and get this started. And as you'll see, we are about to be in a library that is just full of fire. This isn't a timed one per se, like we can't actually burn in the fire unless of course the clock runs out, but it's not going to be like under pressure where there's constantly water flowing up. Like this is a pretty smooth one, so let's get this going.
Oh, hey!
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up our Escapists Times issue, and if you're looking at the pedestal directly in front of you, go over to the right and it's going to be in the back right corner on this desk, so go ahead and grab that. And now we're going to go back to the pedestal in the middle of the room, and this is just going to open up the door that we are going to exit through. We can't do it just yet, of course, but if you read it, it says there's no time to read. If you wish to escape, just flip through, and there's this little shield symbol here. So if we go back to that corner that we were just in, just to the left of where the newspaper is this wall that says wisdom through effort. And remember, it just said flip through. So all we're gonna do is flip through. So all these are upside down. And there we go. This is the exit to this room, and we need 4 little emblems here to put on the gate in order to open it. So let's go ahead and grab those. First we're gonna go to the opposite side of the corner. Just through this door with these 2 keys that are crossed on it. And in the first room you enter, go ahead and turn left, and in this display case there's going to be a box with a lock on it that of course we need a combination for. And just to the left of that is going to be this little tablet that has a down up arrow on it. This is not the full solution to this. To get the full solution, go ahead and exit out of the room and immediately turn left. And there's this display cabinet with a lot more arrows on it with a bunch of tablets. So we have 2 to the right, up, left, 1 is missing, and then 2 to the left. And the one that is missing is the one that is down up, which is in that room. So the code to open up that box is going to be 2 right, 1 up, 1 left, down up, and then 2 left. So let's go back in and put that into the box. And again, that was 2 right, up, left, down, up, and then 2 left. And go ahead and pick up all the items inside. We have an hourglass as well as a crank handle. You can't pick up the wrench or the tape, so just ignore that. And if we go into the next room just over, we have another big old box that we need to open, and we're going to use these little scrolls on the wall as well as the paper on the table and the frame on the wall just behind you. So these are all connected, of course. And if you look at the frame, it says the golden rule, think twice. And if you look at the paper on the desk, it says cogito ergo sum. Do not give me anything if I pronounce that wrong. I really should have looked it up and I didn't, but that translates to I think, therefore I am. And cogito translates to think. So we're gonna do think twice, ergo sum. So if we turn around, on this first scroll, we need to look for a cogito, however you pronounce it, and that's going to be a 2. So we're going to do this twice, so 2, 2, and then the middle one was ergo, and that's going to be a 5, and then the last one was sum, which is going to be a 7. So if we look at the safe here, we need 4 numbers, and again, we're going to do think twice, so 2, 2, and then 5, 7. Go, and now we have our first little strange tile emblem here for the exit door, and we are now done with this room. So go ahead and exit out and back up the stairs. And yeah, that's gonna crash and fall behind you, but it's okay, we don't need that anymore. And now we're just gonna go directly across the way to this door with all these hourglasses on it, and go ahead and put that hourglass that you just picked up inside the one that's missing on the bottom right. And if you back away from the door and look up, you can see that there is a stained glass and the hourglasses are all in a certain position. We need to move the hourglasses so they fit that. So the bottom left is fine, that's upright. And then the top left is just going to be angled just one to the right. And then the bottom right is going to be horizontal. And then wait for that to finish filling and wait for the sand to stop. And now we're going to move the top right so it's angled up to the left. And as soon as the sand is in the right position, the door will open. So go ahead and go on inside and open the door. Now this room looks complicated, but it's actually not. I didn't really need these globes on the outer side. I'm not quite sure what they were for, but all we need is the center, the letters on the outside, and then on the back wall you can see at the top of this little globe here it says B to A, and that basically means whatever the letters are showing, we're going to move them back one. So B will be A, C will be B, D will be C, etc., etc. So let's start with the red letters over in the kind of back left corner here, and we have T, V, O. And just as I said, we're going to move the letters back one each. So T will become S, V will become U, and O will become N. So red is going to be sun. And if we go to the central little globe here, we just need to move the red wheel, if you will, so it has the sun emblem. So there we go, we got a sun. And now we go over to the blue letters and we have B, J, S. And that, of course, B is going to turn into A, J is going to turn into I, and S is going to turn into R, and that's going to spell air. So let's go ahead and move that blue wheel so it has the air symbol and the little box. And it's just going to be like a little wind blowing sort of symbol. Here we go. And now we have yellow. So the yellow letters are just in the right corner over here, and it's G, J, S, F. And that, of course, is going to be F, I, R, E. So the yellow symbol is going to be fire. So go ahead and interact with the wheel until that fire emblem is on the box there. And this is going to open up and give us our second little strange tile emblem. So we are done here. So go ahead and exit out. And that door is going to crash behind you as well. And now just across from the middle pedestal is going to be this little clock symbol here. And go ahead and put that crank handle that we found earlier on the little central part. And basically what we need to do, let me see if I can get it to show. You need to turn these so that there is a button kind of like in the middle of the clocks here that is visible. So the first crank will move just the top one, the middle will move the bottom two, and the far right will move the top two. Yeah, there we go. So we just need to keep turning them until that button is showing. Oh, almost. Alright. There we go. And then go ahead and press that button to open up the door. And then go on inside. And there's two different puzzles here. We're going to do the far back one first, which is going to be this upside down safe with the little skulls underneath it. And as you can see, it is upside down, so everything that we do is going to be mirrored. And basically we need to find a 4-digit code to open up the safe. But because it's upside down, just keep in mind that if it looks like a 6, it's going to be a 9. If it looks like a 9, it's going to be a 6. So we need to find the numbers that are associated with these skulls. So we're just going to call it a human skull, bird, human, and then goat, bull thing. So with that in mind, go ahead and exit out of the room. And then go ahead and, we're going to turn right. And then in these display cases, there's a bunch of items that all have a little number ticket on them. We need to find the skulls and then remember those numbers associated with them. So the bull, cow, goat one is going to be 6. The bird is going to be 8, and the human is going to be 9. So with those, we know that the code is 9896, but it's going to be shown as upside down. So it's actually going to be 68 6, 9. So 6, 8, 6, 9. There we go. Now we have our third little emblem, so go ahead and pick that up. And then if we turn around, we have 2 ladders in the room, and on the ground are a bunch of lines where we can actually drag the ladders to. And we need to move them so they're just under these balconies. So let's do the white one first. And we're just gonna move it along. All the way until you reach the very end. Go ahead and climb up the ladder and interact with this switch, and this little gem is going to turn blue once you do. That's how you know you've done it right. So go ahead and climb back down. And now on the opposite side of the room, we're going to interact with the yellow ladder, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to move it until it's just underneath the balcony, just above it. And then climb up the ladder. And then there's our 4th emblem, so go ahead and pick that up, and now we can open up the door to leave. So climb back down the ladder and exit the room. And we're gonna go back to the wall with the door, which is over to the left. Now each of these little placards, they have a little hint as to which tile you're going to put on there. So this one, an escapist forges their own destiny, and you need to figure out which one kind of relates to forging, which of course is going to be the anvil. And then the top right, it says an escapist takes pride in their work. So pride is the key word here, and we have a scale, a lion, and a bird. So it's going to be the lion because of the pride. An escapist goes above and beyond, and between the scale and the bird, we know that above and beyond is going to be the bird, and of course, weighs the options is going to be the scale. So there we go. That opens up that final door and unlocks the stop, drop, and solve trophy. And there we go. We have our A+ rating, so that'll finish this one up. As always, thank you all for watching, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and do check out the playlist for all of the other currently available levels in Escape Academy.